4 American presidents have been killed in office, and there have been more than 15 documented attempts on US presidents' lives. But the political fallout has never been predictable. From rallying around the flag and surging in the polls, to ripple effects that set back civil rights for a century, here's some of the ways it can play out. 70 days into his presidency, Ronald Reagan was shot in the chest by a Jodie Foster-obsessed gunman outside the Washington Hilton Hotel. That's the same hotel where shots were fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on April 25, 2026. Reagan's approval rating surged from 60 to nearly 70% almost overnight. The wave of public support helped propel his economic agenda through a Democratic-controlled Congress. His approvals didn't decline until the recession of 1983. Theodore Roosevelt was shot in the chest at a campaign rally. Bleeding through his shirt, he spoke for nearly an hour before accepting medical attention, telling the crowd it takes more than that to kill a bull moose. This moment became legendary, but he still lost the election. Gerald Ford survived 2 separate attempts on his life within just 17 days, by 2 women acting independently of each other. He survived both and lost the 1976 election anyway, though the real damage had already been done a year earlier when pardoning Richard Nixon collapsed his approval rating from 71 to 50%. Abraham Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theatre 5 days after the Civil War ended. Andrew Johnson inherited a nation that had just lost its most unifying figure at its most fragile moment. Reconstruction collapsed, and it took another 100 years for the civil rights laws Lincoln had fought for to be enforced. JFK's approval was slipping when he was assassinated, sitting at 58% the day he was killed. When Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson took over, national grief carried him above 75% approval for his first 6 months, the highest ratings of his entire presidency. The momentum helped LBJ push through landmark legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Despite being elected in a landslide, his presidency came to be defined by an unpopular and costly war in Vietnam. The rally around the flag effect after an assassination is real, but it has its limits. It can help win elections, and it can turn a man into a myth. But as history shows, it can't fix a recession, end a war, or hold a divided country together forever.